It's summer
in the mountains.
It's summer in the mountains.
It's summer in the mountains. And we're out here
Living it.
living it.
Living it.
Lots to do.
lots to see.
Every morning.
Every morning,
At 7:30. 7:30.
it's Vail Valley Live.
It's Vail Valley Live.
Watch us now.
Watch us now.
Watch us now. Watching us now. It is 7:32 in the morning. You are watching Vail Valley Live. Ty Diaz here with you. Have you ever had the type of evening where morning comes too soon? That must mean that your friends arrived really late last night and you had to do the thing. That's your room. Here's some things that you need. The bottled water's found over there. Getting prepared for a brand new week, and I think this is week number 2 in the month of July. And for that, it is 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. If that comes to mind, then you must be a fan of Ice Cube and the Predator album. We're talking rap music right there, and that's verses way down in the track, and some people know the verses all the way through, but It's a Good Day is the name of that track where 7-Eleven can be found. But others that may reference 7-Eleven, like Rachel, she's thinking, let's grab a Slurpee. What comes to mind when you think of 7-Eleven? Need anything from the gas station? We have Brazzo over in Vail this morning, and he's going to be sharing with you what can be found there. Well, actually, he's in Avon. What can be found there? Live music in the park, like last night, and but maybe 2 nights from now. We're going to give you some fishing tips with Ken Hovey. Yeah, that guy, he's still around. Have you seen Ken lately? We get this question all the time. Yes, we see Ken all of the time. Details about Bravo. They just gave us a little bit of Bugs Bunny last night, or was that Vail Jazz? That was Bravo. And we can find some Vail Classically Uncorked. Yeah, that must be a wine reference. Giving you some murals in Avon. There's an artist feature coming up, as well as weather and headlines, so much more. And today's date, 7-Eleven. Do you have that album? Do you have that album, Rachel?
No, but I just got a record player, so I'm on the hunt for some actual records if anyone has.
Record players. So now we're using another reference. If anyone has the album, we're going back in time to have a record player. What does that mean? And we're going to find out more about who's keeping track and who's keeping record on Vail Valley Live. Sunshine is out right now. It's a gorgeous morning. Temperatures for the week, it's going to be amazing. We've definitely had that moisture come through last night, Rachel. Really surprising after doing the weather report that we're supposed to be outside of that monsoonal flow, but we're still kind of in it. But it didn't come down pouring or just overwhelmingly. The concerts at the park on the terrace in Avon happened like normal. Rain or shine performances you'll find out there. And for your activities outside, rain or shine, you cannot stop the rain. It's my window. Here's what we're going to find today. For the start of the morning, the mid to lower 50s, starting out with sun. High temperatures in the mid 70s, overnight low temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Tomorrow, bringing those clouds back by. It's Colorado. Give it 5 minutes. The weather could change, but that's why you're here. To cool off, and sometimes cooling off requires wetness. We're going to go to Brazzo right now. Keeping it moist, Brazzo. Are you sweating out there in Avon? Because where you're standing, that's the sweet spot to say, I'm going to work out some calories. I brought the dog with me. We're doing push-ups. I have my cat on the leash. The cat knows how to do downward dog yoga in the park. A lot of activity. and maybe you're ferrets. Maybe you brought 4 ferrets with you. And that could make for a great children's book. How are you, Brazzo?
Yeah. Good, man. Good morning, Ty. How's it going?
Hey, you don't want to know.
You, man.
You don't want to know. I just got here.
Yeah, I know. All right. I missed the Slurpee, man. You know, I would have changed my cup of coffee for a Slurpee, but I think it would be, too much sugar for me, for my personal taste. But, Rachel was really encouraging that behavior today. 7-Eleven sounds fun.
The last time we spoke, you were all about your motorcycle, dirt bikes, and taking to the trails. Colorado has places to go to do things like that. What's the Colorado life like? Let's get some friends involved. Maybe they're thinking the same thing. And where can we go with a dirt bike like yours in the back of your truck and get out there after it for the entire day? Because your family, they went and did their own thing. And that's summertime in the valley. We all tend to go our own direction.
Yeah, my family went to Peru. They went to visit the great-grandpas for Aisa, for the little baby. But they are all back, and it was exciting because both boys wanted to ride. A lot of times they don't want to ride with me. They don't want to hang out with me anymore. I'm not as cool, I guess, anymore. They're getting older, and they have their own plans. But And I push them a little too hard sometimes, I have to be honest. So they were like, oh my God, we're going to go with that. And, you know, it's going to be a long, very tiring day. But they wanted to ride. So I took the bikes this Saturday. We did a long, long ride in the Spring Creek in is the gypsum area, like Cottonwood. But you start in gypsum, you can finish in around Eagle. You can oversee the whole Eagle Valley Eagle Ranch. So it was gorgeous. You know, for the guys who ride dirt bikes around, it was the first time I took the boys to do the Mind Eraser. You know, it's a pretty technical ride. It's one of the biggest downhills, like a very steep downhill with that super loose dirt. It's the gypsum dirt.
Wow.
So it was very steep. And Dore, my 19-year-old, almost 20, he ate it, and I had it on camera. So
so you have proof that someone got taken out on the trails. Everyone's getting out there. And when we're taken to the trails, we could be hiking, we could be biking, walking around. Things are happening around us, and it could distract what we're doing. You can see the deer, you can see maybe a moose or a beautiful view, and then all of a sudden, whoops, there you go, you're down for the count. And this trail looks fantastic. This looks like a park that really explains itself as far as its course. It's very detailed. It's complicated, but it looks fun. It looks simple. And again, where is that location?
Oh, the video that you guys were showing, that's the Minturn Park. We do that quite a lot too. We try to go there. Something I've not done yet, which I'm a little ashamed, is being in the mountain. I'm not being in Vail Mountain. I didn't even have my summer pass yet. And the boys are talking about it. Like, when are we going to go downhill? And the bikes are ready, but there's just so much to do. You know, we've been biking uphill for a change this year. I'm very proud because I always run away from the uphill. That's why I have a motorcycle. That's why I have an engine. But that was last year, and we want to be looking into that very soon.
My God.
Dropping the PMTs and just trying to get some speed and some trail. Is the Magic Forest. It's a lot of really fun. And you can also go to the mountain and don't have to do these type of trails. As you were saying, Ty, families just can go, get the gondola up, and just go down nice and slow and happy. Gorgeous views. You can also do the Grand Traverse, which is very famous. What you do is you ride the ridge line all the way from Lion's Head to Elk, and that's just a gorgeous ride. It's fairly easy, it's mostly flat. You go some up and downs, but nothing super technical. So please check your ability level before you commit to something crazy there.
Know your ability level, that's absolutely sure. And whose job is it to be the camera person anyway? And how do they know where to post up with the camera to get those frame ups while you're out there doing what you're doing? Speaking of framing up, when we come back, we're going to share with you about headlines. Stay close.
Snoop, what are we doing today?
Just living the fine life, baby.
Okay, cool. Gonna block off my calendar.
Let me hold that real quick. The best plans are no plans.
I needed to upgrade my phone anyway.
We love our new apartment. Plenty of parking, big closet.
There's too much pressure in the bathroom.
Hey, good luck with the future in-laws tonight.
Don't overthink it.
But don't underthink it.
Don't talk about your cover band. Don't talk about your fantasy team.
Don't talk about your cats.
You're gonna do great. At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
We do save a lot of money.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Where are you going for dinner? 1987?
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
You're watching Vail Valley Live, 1300 West Haven Drive in Vail. That's our location. We've been here for like almost 2 months now, Rachel.
Hey,
Wow.
crazy.
Have you moved in a while and you're thinking to yourself, I've wanted to decorate and I wanted my new place to look like this. Have you moved in a while?
I just moved actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I just moved.
This is very clairvoyant of me. So what's going on?
I'm trying to buy furniture, Ty. Do you have any recommendations on where to get furniture?
I've got a lot of extra furniture. I've got a post in the paper right now for a California king bed. And those don't move really fast when you post something like that for sale. But you know what? Speaking of making posts, how about what made the newspaper? In today's Vail Daily, a perfect reflection, clear skies, glassy water, enhanced gypsum ponds, reflective effects on Sunday. I'm sure you've seen things like this yourself, especially early in the morning, walking around with a cup of coffee in your hand, and you start looking into the waters, and then you see yourself from a different point of view, maybe the opposing point of view, and you can become confronted with yourself. That's called reflection. And this is a beautiful view right there, and we love seeing this photo right here. Feeding local families, county food programs adapt to meet changing needs as households struggle with inflation. And those are one of the many struggling topics that's going around our nation right now. Costs of living's going high. People are feeling priced out of the valley, can't find baby formula, and even just daily needs like food. And you can find some of those topics in today's Vail Daily. Local organizations are meeting the change of food. And right here, you can find the community market. And I was looking for them. They tend to move sometimes, but they're located in Edwards. If you need to find food, just grab a shopping cart, grab what you need, and you can just go ahead and walk out of the store. You don't even need an Amazon, what do they call it? Relationship, an Amazon account to shop there. That is a free location as far as food is concerned. 50-mile Silver Rush race test riders in Leadville. A kid won this one. 19-year-old Jack Orden crosses the finish line at the Leadville Silver Rush on Sunday. He completed the 50-mile course in 3 hours and 35 minutes. And man, when you're out there on a bike, maybe you're never even thinking about time, but when you make it back to your starting point, you might realize that you made time. You can find this topic in the page of A18 in today's Sports and Outdoor. Arts and Entertainment, new murals added to Lions Head Skate Park. And I love the skate park there when you're pulling into the garage and you see that it's kind of divided in two sections, an upper and a lower, between each tier of that parking structure. Right there in the middle is the skate park. And now you can find art. And to learn more, let's take a look.
Here we are with muralist Caitlin Ziesmer. She's out of Denver and she is doing some really cool murals on the walls here at the Zeke and Pierce Skateboard Park, which is actually in Lions Head's parking structure. So Caitlin, great to have you here.
Thank you.
When we got here, she was way in the top story of the scaffolding. You've got a huge mural that you're doing. What are the dimensions of this?
This one is about 14 feet tall, 12 feet wide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, you do large.
And some change.
Large scale projects.
Yeah.
You just finished the other one at the east end of the structure.
Yeah. Also 14 by 14 and some change.
Okay. All right. And what you'll notice is just kind of a fun, whimsical, we're popping in the zebra with the helmet, this little skateboard helmet. You've got a bird on the other side. What kind of bird?
It's honestly kind of like a Frankenstein bird. Like started off with like a very traditional bird and then just made it weird.
But it looks super cool. I love the stars on the helmet and everything. But appropriate for the skate park here and everything. Have you done many things inside a parking structure before?
No, never.
Okay. Well, that's what I love about ours. I mean, ours really lend themselves to some art instead of just plain walls.
Right. And it's like the pop of color is needed, I feel like, in concrete.
You do definitely need that. Now, what are you using? Because it's got to stand to the elements.
Yeah, so I'm using like an exterior, just roll-on paint, and then I'm also spraying like aerosol paint. So
Okay, do the accents and everything.
Yep.
What I don't understand is you're so close, you're painting like this far away, but then to have the perspective and everything looks so perfect from far away. I mean, I know you're talented and you graduated from the Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design, but boy, I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
What sort of things do you have to measure? Do you pencil it out first?
I do what's called a doodle grid, where you kind of scribble random letters and whatnot, and then you take a picture of it and you superimpose your sketch digitally, so then you don't have to keep stepping back and forth.
Yeah.
And it works great because there's no measuring.
Wow, that's great. Okay,
yeah, it's
perfect.
pretty awesome.
And then how long does it take you to do this type of work?
These have been taking me about like 3 days, so it might be a little bit longer, but we'll see.
Okay, yeah. And then rain, we've had a little bit of the
The
elements.
stop and go where you don't want to be on the scaffolding.
Yeah, there was a little, some hail on
Hail,
the other
lightning,
night.
all of the above.
Yeah, you don't want to be the tallest thing around when all that happens.
No.
Okay, and then what other projects have you done? I know you hail out of Denver.
Yeah, I've done some mural festivals out of there. I'm a part of Babe Walls, which is a all women's and non-binary festival. And yeah, just kind of random projects around town.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to paint?
Birds.
Birds.
Honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
They're endless, opportunities.
Okay. And then I hear there's some lions coming to Lion's Head, right?
Yep. Some real cutesy lions.
All right, and that will eventually be on the east end of the parking structure. So, hey, if you're in Lion's Head, first, did you know that we have a skate park right here in the middle? And then, of course, come and check out Caitlin's work. And if we want to follow you, what's the best way to do so?
Probably on Instagram. It's just my name.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, all right, check it out here in Lion's Head.
That's so cool. Yeah, there's a skate park in Lion's Head, and you could find new artwork fresh right over there. That was Trisha Swenson talking with muralist Caitlin Zeismer. And what's really cool when it comes to art, you can't rush the process, but they have to finish that one. That's a contracted gig right there. And it looks really good. What was that, a zebra wearing a helmet in a skate park? Right. If you were to tell that story, would anyone ever believe you? Let's take a look at traffic right now. And I believe that's what we're doing, and letting you know where you're going this morning. It's a Monday morning following a big weekend. And so I suggest that you kind of pace yourself if you don't want to go. There's no rush to be trapped in traffic. Stick around, especially going up Vail Pass. You're going to find a little bit of road work going on. Read your signs letting you know that there's in the timeliness that there could be up to 30 minutes of a hold at times. And that was a Tuesday through Thursday thing. But while you're out trapped in traffic, take advantage of it. Take in the views, listen to some music, turn on KZYR radio, take in some classics and kind of get lost in it. And when 2-3 hours of being trapped in traffic goes by, you weren't stuck at all, were you? You were gone. Speaking of gone, where is Brazzo? I know that he was in Avon, but normally you have a motorcycle or mountain bike in your truck. And did you bring a kayak this morning? Well, I mean, because you're by the water there.
Yeah, I just got into I wanted to talk a little bit about the concert, but no, my truck is clean today. Monday is back, and I have to come back to reality and get ready to do work, man. Sadly, but I'm becoming a weekend warrior, man. We have to work.
Okay, but you can't talk like that, dude. People are on vacation. You cannot say work.
Oh, okay.
Not on a Monday.
That's true. Then I don't work. I play all day.
Some people have an extended weekend. It's a Monday, and they're there. And where you're standing, if you were to look around on the ground, you might find a guitar pick or something. Because there was a band playing there last night. The Evolution.
Yes, we have a big series of events in this beautiful, gorgeous park.
It is beautiful.
Town of Avon, the heart of the valley, do a few different events. And we have 3 kind of big deals this week. We have a Wednesday concert, which is Avon Live. And I think the band is called Keeping Brothers. It's a Colorado band. I never heard it. But,
Brothers Keeper.
Brothers Keeper. In Spanish, it's upside down, man.
Oh, yeah. I know.
That's a lot of skills. So every Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon, starting around 6 p.m., you have live music in the park, in the heart of the town. And then Sundays, also you have Sundays Sunset Live. And this from this deck right here where I'm standing. Can you imagine listening to music to this gorgeous view and the sunset and the lake behind you? It's just absolutely the best scenario you can see. So there's a little bit of what's happening here normally every Sunday. You have food vendors, you have some little cocktails. It's a plastic-free event. You can bring your own stuff, your own mugs and containers. And it's always some good music. People is dancing, having a blast, hanging out with other community members. If you're a tourist, really soaked in the local energy vibes and just come and hang out. So that's that. Wednesdays and Sundays, concerts always is Avon Live on Wednesdays and Sunset Live on Sundays. Great concerts. Jubilingo, I think, is coming on Sunday, right, Ty?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they coming in. It's gonna be some fun music. They try to put a lot of good Latin vibes, a lot of good reggae vibes, just so you can enjoy the summer. Summer is what's going on in Vail. That's my favorite time. Ty, are you winter or you're summer team? What is your time?
I'll tell you what, dude. I like both seasons because tequila goes with anything, no matter what the weather brings, and sometimes whiskey. But that could also kind of play into a good night's sleep. But I was there last night during Sunset Live. Brazzo Evolution took the stage. They had their daughter running around. One of the band members has a small child. She's learning how to play the instruments. But during that, a nice little shower of rain came through across the lake. People were still on the docks, just like we saw in that frame in that view. People were kind of kicking in the Adirondack chairs that are sitting right there. And a double rainbow happened last night. And people kind of stood up, took pictures right over the terrace, right over the stage at Harry Nottingham Park. And the band called The Evolution. With that double rainbow that was going on, their child saw a double purple going on, 2 purple rainbows. And so someone yelled out, "Play Purple Rainbow," from the band called The Evolution. If you know music, if you know bands, then you probably know the play on words right there that was going on. Brazzo, yes, you can find live music in Avon. You can find art all over the place as well. And up and down the valley, you can find something to do, and it can get you involved. And to even feel more engaged, even a chance to win something. We have, not too far from where Brazzo is standing, we have a ranch down there called Nap Harvest. And then a little further down the road in Eagle, you'll find the grocery store, but you have a chance to win a CSA box from Nap Harvest. It stands for Community Supported Agriculture. These boxes are full of farm fresh goodies, including vegetables, fruits, herbs, microgreens, which I've newly become a fan of, and so much more. And if you would care to win something fresh today, then go over to their Facebook, their Instagram, and learn how you can win something fresh. And while you're online, feel free to like and subscribe to Vail Valley Live right here. You can do so, and you can interact and chat live with us as well, because the show is going on until 8:30 every morning, 7:30 a.m. We're right here, and we're going to be here when we get back from this break.
Maui Jim sunglasses were born on the beaches of Hawaii, designed to respond to the bright sun and harsh glare of the islands, all while enhancing the view. After 30 years, we're still independently owned, and the free-thinking Hawaiian spirit that first inspired us is still a part of everything we do. Our Polarized Plus 2 lenses not only protect eyes from harmful rays, they also make colors more vivid and contrast crisper. Try on a pair and see for yourself. The view's better from here.
When it comes to footwear, I like a little extra support, so I wear Skechers Arch Fit. The Arch Shape insole has podiatrist certified arch support, plus they look great and they're machine washable. Kick it in Skechers Arch Fit.
This summer, enjoy the joy of America's gift to music, jazz, and its many subgenres at the 28th Annual Vail Jazz Festival. Headliner concerts are Thursday evenings at Lion's Head, and free concerts are Sunday evenings at the Solaris Plaza. For more information, go to vailjazz.org.
Xterra, apparel for your active lifestyle. Visit xterraplanet.com today. Enter the promo code CHECK20 at checkout for an extra 20% off regularly priced merchandise.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Liv Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact your Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
You are watching Vail Valley Live, and our goal is to get you outside. And if you're outside, not to keep you outside, of course we'll let you back in. And like the pets. So anybody let the dog back in? Well, Colorado summers are beautiful for that, just to be outside. Sometimes you don't want to go back inside. Hey, we're all going inside. You guys go inside. I want to stay outside. And people leave the house early in the morning for that jog, taking advantage of the temperatures, like right now over at Vail. Almost the 60s and feels, mid to upper 50s. You're going to find it right there in the sun. Beautiful. Some clouds overhead as I look outside of the windows here at the Grand Hyatt at Vail. High temperatures today, almost reaching the 80s at Vail today. In other areas of the valley going a bit more west, you can feel it on your shoulders. It's going to heat up around. It's going to be beautiful too, but it feels way better than maybe where you're from. Triple digits, that's why you came here. And we're excited to meet you out and about. Overnight low temperatures will be in the 50s. And if you're out and about, you're probably thinking camping, cooling off. Tomorrow, you're going to find some clouds rolling back in the region. There's your Tuesday. High temperatures, mid to upper 70s, almost to 80s, partly cloudy throughout the day. Your chances for precipitation increases there. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday right there, touching on some big numbers. But again, not the triple digits. Where you're from, Texas, Florida, the Valley, LA, really hot there. These temperatures, quite nice. And you might think to yourself, do a little bit of camping, or maybe just hang out by the river. Or if you want to relocate without paying that steep cost of rent, you can live in a van down by the river. And if you do, you want to bring your fishing pole too. And here to tell us more, Ken Hovey, where in the world is...
Good morning, Ty Diaz. Great to see you guys once again. Where am I today? I'm in Gypsum. The reason that I picked this area was I wanted to talk about fishing, and it gives me access to kind of see a couple of rivers that I'm going to be talking about. One is down through the canyon there. That is the Colorado River. And then flowing right through Eagle County from east to west, starting up by Red Cliff, is the Eagle River. And this is the time of year that we have got so many different things to do. And while so many are focused on biking, hiking, trail running, horseback riding, and even whitewater rafting, there are that select few that enjoy getting out there and doing some fishing. Now, you can do this in a number of different ways, and in just a moment, we'll bring up a video of an example of what I did over the past week with some friends. But whether you're wade fishing, where you put on your waders, you walk out there and you fish, or you're floating down the river in a dory, which is kind of one of those wooden boats, more classic style, or a raft, one of the best things you could do while you're visiting here in, or if you're a resident, some time out there doing some fishing. And cue the B-roll. I'll bring up, thank you so much, Rachel. This is my good friend, Steve Fisher. He was visiting from North Carolina, and I took him out on a stand-up paddleboard. Now, we're going to show you some of the rules and kind of etiquette to fishing, but he absolutely loved it. Now, this guy is someone, he's from South Africa. He's done tons of fishing there, but he was absolutely hooked on floating down the river on a paddleboard and getting into the fish. Nice big rainbow trout there, hooked into some browns. The Colorado River out by Kremling is also an ideal location. And one of the ways I prefer to hit the river is on a stand-up paddleboard. Gives you easy access. It's a lot like a floating boat dock. And as you go down the river, it gives you very good access to a number of different fishing spots, and especially with the water being low and clear. Now, the prime time to go fishing is early in the morning or late in the afternoon, and try not to stress those fish out during the heat of the day, but you can get into some lunkers like that. Now, I show you that just to kind of get the stoke. In the wintertime, we watch skiing and snowboarding videos, but whenever you see catching some big fish, that makes it fun. But the one thing I wanted to talk about quickly is a jet flies over. You might hear that out of the Eagle County Airport, is etiquette. This is some of the most important stuff that you can learn. And I didn't get these out of a guidebook. I actually went through and thought of some of the etiquette that I think about when I'm out there on the river. One of those, the key one, is to make sure that you have a fishing license. You definitely want to have that, especially if they come along checking on those. Also a big one, respect private property. Don't go out there walking across property boundaries. There's an app called OnX Hunt that definitely allows you to know where the property lines are. You are not allowed to walk onto someone's property. You can float through it if you don't touch the bottom, but please be aware of that. This one is one of the most key ones, number 3, and that is to handle the fish with care. Biggest one is to wet your hand before you touch the fish. You don't want to touch fish with a dry hand. And I know like areas like the Vail Daily, they get sent in pictures of people holding up fish, kissing them. Don't kiss them. That fish does not want to be where your lips have been. So just get the fish out of the net as quickly as possible and back into the water. Also, when you're out there, sometimes you'll see crowding on the river. Try to give respect to other anglers and give them some space. And one of the other key ones is to leave no trace. Try to leave an area cleaner than you found it. So those are just some of the fishing etiquettes that I think about. The biggest ones to me, private property, and truly for the fish itself, don't hook a fish, drag it around. Hey man, look, look, then the fish dies. You might put it back in the water and think the fish is fine, but you've abused that fish, and that's not going to happen. And the last one that I didn't get to, where it said no hoarding fish. When you have your fishing license, you are allowed to keep fish. There is what's called a bag limit, but there is no need for you to go down there with your spinning rod and hook like 19 trout and line your stringer and bring them back. If you keep one or two here and there, sure, it's understandable, but don't hoard fish. And I know, standing on my soapbox, but I love this amenity that we have here in Eagle County, and fishing is such a fantastic resource, and we want to protect that resource because check this out. This was a year ago today that I hooked into this lunker up on the Colorado River, and I was tempted to pull it out of the net and get a photo of it, but that's kind of how you want to shoot your photos. Keep that fish down in the water, let it breathe. When you pull it out, it's just like you dunking your head underwater. You're not going to be able to breathe. When you pull them out of the water, they can't breathe. Wet your hand and then release them. So fly fishing is a great resource. We have a number of local outfitters that can take you out there. Some of my favorites in Minturn anglers, give Mark Sassy a call. He's a great guide. Also, fly fishing outfitters. Gore Creek Fly Fisherman is another fantastic one. And fly fishing outfitters also, I mean, I go online all the time and check their website, especially for what's biting that day. The guides, they come pick you up. They get you on their craft. They take you down. They'll help you out by not only setting up your lines and whatnot, but helping you net the fish. So give them a call. And the thing I also wanted to talk about, and I want to share, I am not a guide. I am not a professional. I am self-taught, but the different types of flies that you're going to hear about so that you'll at least sound like you know what you're doing. Now, this is a variation of what's called a zebra midge. And what this is, it just kind of replicates a bug that's floating underwater down the river. Now, on top, the classic thing that people think about are dry flies that float on the top. And honestly, it's one of the most exciting ways to see a fish hit your fly. And this is a dry fly. What happens is this floats down on the surface of the water. A fish looks up at it and goes, man, look at that big morsel to take a bite out of, and whomp, takes it off the surface. You'll sometimes utilize a combination of these two where this is floating on top with your line to your fishing rod. It's not a pole, it's a fishing rod, a fly rod. And then there's a line tied from this hook down to this little zebra midge or whatever you're using, nymphing, and these will float down together. So the fish has its choice. Oh, do I want that dry fly up on top, or do I want this bug down below? But one of my favorites to use, and a lot of anglers, is what we call streamer fishing, which is, it looks kind of like a fish floating or coming through the river. You'll cast it and you pull these back, and it's very similar for you bass fishermen out there that like to huck it and reel. That's kind of what streamer fishing emulates, is that you throw that out there and you strip your line and you're pulling it, and boom, when a trout attacks that, the game is on. So that's fly fishing for you. I definitely recommend it to go out there, get a guide service, and also use that proper etiquette. But Ty Diaz, when we come back, I've got something else for you, for the whitewater enthusiasts out there. We're going to talk about whitewater rafting, and I have the Valley's first look at what Barrel Springs looks like on the Colorado River. If you recall, there were huge mudslides through there last year, and if you've driven through Glenwood Canyon, you saw them with heavy equipment digging out the river. Well, I went and kayaked that section yesterday, and when we come back, we're going to take a look and talk about rafting.
A lot of information coming from Ken right there. And yeah, don't go around kissing fish with the same lips that you kiss your mother with. I can't do that because I tend to swear. And people ask me all the time, dude, do you kiss your mom with those words? from that mouth right there? Yeah, that's not a good thing, but I swear all the time. And I swear that was some good information from Ken Hovey, and he has more information for us. Don't get too far away from the show. Like, stick around, because right now we're going to share with you what's going on in Beaver Creek. So you can find free outdoor yoga. You can find a calendar about Beaver Creek events as well by logging on to beavercreek.com. There's a link called This Week in Beaver Creek, and there, when you open it up, each day of the week, you'll find pertinent information that you can get out and enjoy your things with, like right here. Monday, the 11th, that's today, 7-11. Complimentary outdoor yoga, 9 and 10 o'clock, between 9 and 10 o'clock. You can also find Kenny G performing at the Vail Performing Arts Center, 7 p.m. tonight. Get some dinner, go down to the Vail, enjoy Kenny G. You can also, without even going into the Vail, enjoy movies, Under the Stars, and tonight it's Trolls World Tour, and that's happening at sundown. And each day of the week, there's a different event, something big to do, something simple and easy to get into, or a multi-layer of events where the family in Beaver Creek, as you're all hanging out up there, you can go and catch out Kenny G. We're going to hang out on the lawn tonight and catch a movie. Log on to beavercreek.com, click the link This Week in Beaver Creek, check out what's happening this week while you're here with us. And if you're looking at next week's calendar and seeing what's happening there, but your vacation ends right here on a Wednesday, and you want to stay longer, do it. Stick around a little bit longer. We would love to keep you right here. And I swear, it's going to be a good time in Beaver Creek, but don't go kissing fish. But you know what? If you're looking to maybe pollinate in a certain kind of way, Nap Harvest has some suggestions. There's an event coming up. It's called Up the Saturation. Let's take a look.
Hello, my name's Jake with Nap's Nectar, and we're here at Nap Harvest celebrating Pollinator Week with some special honey tasting. So here we have some comb, and that's basically where all of the honey was stored, and we actually extracted it from this comb and installed it right here. And this is actually our local brand of Eagle Wildflower honey. If you'd like to try a taste of that.
Sure.
Great for seasonal allergies, great for supporting local pollinators, and really delicious. You can get notes of, rabbit brush, sage, all these beautiful local flowers that we have in the Eagle Valley. Moving on now, we have the Trapper's Lake fireweed. This is actually a monofloral. So a monofloral is when the bees gather 60% of the nectar from only one flower. This wildflower comes from hundreds of different types of flowers, whereas this is only fireweed coming from Trapper's Lake. It's actually called the champagne of honeys, and it's the #1 flavor of honey to try before you die. Very light, and you can really get those floral notes as well. And moving on to our final type here, this is actually the other kind of realm of beekeeping where beekeepers will infuse their honeys with different types of additives, specifically natural ingredients, and that's this lavender infused local honey here. Great for making desserts or your morning tea.
That's my favorite.
Please come see us this month. We have things, and our beautiful honeys from Nap are inside at Nap.
Put it on the screen. Valley Live, a lot going on. I'm learning about honey right now, and you can make Nap Harvest and learn about anything fresh, things that are found in nature that are good for you, and do a little bit of shopping while you're there. Ask them about this giveaway that they're doing and find out what's in the bag of prizes. And as it is detailed with us, you can find in there fruits, herbs, microgreens, vegetables. It's also known as a box full of farm fresh goodies from the CSA, and that stands for Community Supported Agriculture. And microgreens are fun. I've developed a big palette for that. So to find out more about the giveaway and Nap Harvest, log on to their Facebook or their Instagram, or our Facebook and Instagram to find out more. Vail Valley Live. I'll say it again for you. Vail Valley Live. Now let's say something else again. Kenny, he's down by the river, and he's going to tell us what he has in store for us. But with these lips,
that's what the fish sees, Ty.
Ken, I tell you what, dude, we're close, but we're not that close. Back up, man. Like you, but not like that.
I love that that's what you latched on to the whole segment. I mean, how many times you see people, fish doesn't, your breath is horrible. They don't want your face in their face, and just put the fish back in the, let it live another day to be caught again. Ty, I know that you don't do a whole lot of fishing up here, or maybe I don't. I've never seen you actually out there with a fly rod, but I know that you know as much about whitewater as most of the residents here, and that's what I wanted to talk about, rafting. Have you been rafting yet this summer?
This season, I have not been rafting. I work all the time. My coworkers, they've been rafting. They've even gotten into the water before work, and people are getting after it, either in a nice lazy approach, but not as big as some other seasons where the CS are stronger.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this before we get to the segment. What strategy have you done?
I've done
regardless of the year.
I've done the Colorado, dropping in near the Hanging Lake area out there, all the way down to Glenwood with a raft company, with some friends. I've done years ago, a new rafting company came to town, dropped into East Vail, all the way through Vail Village, almost to Minturn. Seasons before that, I've done one from Minturn all the way down to Edwards. Man, I'm reminiscing right now. What were we talking about?
Well, you've got some great experience. Now, the Eagle River is pretty much done for the season. You might see some non-commercial trips that are floating down the lower Eagle, but the upper's too low. Gore Creek is too low. But the Colorado and the Arkansas are still very good. And Colorado is just downstream from where I'm at. If you drove on I-70 and went through the canyon there, in about 10 minutes, you'd be in Glenwood Canyon. And the section that I'm about to share with our section that gets commercially rafted. This is above the commercial section, which is called Shoshone, which I highly recommend. It's a class 3 stretch of rafts yesterday when we were taken out. But for so many of our locals, we have been driving through for the past year and really past 2 years, the big fires, slides, and then we saw all the work that was going on with the heavy equipment out some of these massive rocks that are in the river. So yesterday, section really until the end of this video, but a good friend, Derek, he is the over there at in he and I hike up. This is the section of the Colorado River. It is above the Shoshone takeout. Now, the upper portion that you're going to see here is pretty much what it's always been like. It's like a class 4-ish plus rapid that goes through there. And this section's about 500 yards long. But if you recall, over about the past, 6-7 months, we've seen quite a bit of work that's been going on the Colorado. And this is it. See those massive boulders right here? This is where it kind of starts. And you can see the highway there. And we've seen the heavy equipment. This rapid changed dramatically, so much so that all of these boulders last year, the year before, down into the canyon, was high up on the mountain just about here, and that is in the river. So they've done all the, and I just thought for people that are familiar with Barrel Springs or the mudslide, that they might get a kick out of seeing that they got in there, they cleaned it all out, but it is a completely different section of rapids through there right now, and it was a lot of fun to navigate through it. And Ty, we talk about fly fishing and kissing fish. Want to talk about going with a guide service, and one thing that you mentioned was key is that you've gone with commercial outfitters and you've also gone with private boaters. About your experience between the two, did you go with experienced non-commercial guys, the people that took you? Did they have life jackets and everything?
Oh man, yeah, we had life jackets in our group. There was maybe 2 rafts going on. There's through the Colorado River, the big rafts tour with Travis, who you know, and he's looking for you actually. Mm-hmm. He wants to join on with you and do some filming on the river. Speaking of which. And so there's everyone's got life jackets, maybe 5 or 6 people per boat, and depending in the safe region, now it's like who wants to get on the stand-up paddleboard. Now we got a threefer going out on the water and pull off on the shoulder in some areas of a tour. Pull out the picnic charcuterie board gets broken out, taking in the views, some pictures, and just tours come by and they're kind of giving you the thumbs up, like how a semi on the interstate honks the horn for you. We're all waiting for each other, having a good time. In our tours down the river, experienced crew, not with a professional group, reminder about safety out there.
You touched on, and that's what I wanted to talk about. You can go with your friends on their raft, but if you show up and they don't have life jackets and they're like, don't worry about it, you'll be fine, maybe take a second guess. got 4 life jackets and 2 helmets, and hey, jump on in. You know, give it some thought. One thing you don't have to get going with a commercial outfitter, and that's the difference. Private boaters, they can go out and run it on their own, no real parameters to it. As a commercial outfitter, which is the video that we just showed through there, a number of wonderful local companies: Nova Guides, Sage Outdoor Adventures, Lakota Guides. They guides that have, and they're going to, so if you're here, be a great time to do that section of the Colorado. You can Upper Colorado, which is up, which is like class 1, and what I call that, it's like floating down the road, nice and mellow. You could take little kids, and then you could do something a little bit more adventurous. Saw Valley over toward Buena Vista and Salida. The Arc River is running. And if you're curious why Colorado and running right now and Creek aren't, because the snow melt. As the snow melts, once it's over, it drops down. The Colorado dam can, so they're able to augment the water and allow out at pro season. It's all warm. So if anything, there are for everybody, and I would highly there. It's a great way to be weather in the 90s down here in Gypsum.
Yeah, up and down the Vail Valley, the temperature is completely different, while outside are completely different. And as a get out and about in the Vail Valley, we're not doing either. Someone's going to go with the professionals. Someone's probably ride like with Bratz. Maybe someone's going to stick around with the spa treatment. And if you're looking for any all-encompassing experiences, go with your leisure. Consider hanging out pool at the Grand Hyatt at Vail. Watching come back, we're going to see what Bratz right now, because also as we talk to him, is he on the show? We'll find.
Experience the extraordinary at
Visit Grand Junction.
In the future, we'll travel to incredible places with the help of magical technology. Hey.
I can't wait for what tomorrow will bring. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the...
To find a cure for osteoarthritis, why not look to the body's own power to heal? At the Stedman Clinic and Stedman Philippon Research Institute, we're working with the National Institute of Health to conduct a clinical trial knee. To learn how you can participate in this clinical trial, call or visit our website today. The Stedman Research Institute. The future of orthopedic medicine is here.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Grand Hyatt Vail, Hyatt's newest luxury resort in Vail.
So I'm thinking about writing lyrics that was kind of original. Don't sing, just keep sticking to the river you're used to. I'll catch you. Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. Thanks, Ken, for that. Kissing fish. You kiss your mom. Where you guys have been. I did a little research right there. Kissing fish, they some old legend it means. But Ken's saying it doesn't mean good luck for the fish. Kissing a fish, also they say, folklore, means goodbye. And Ken's saying goodbye to that fish because they don't know where your lips are. They don't know where that fish has been. But you can kiss the sky. It's beautiful out there. What a beautiful day out there. Temperatures morning in Vail. Blue skies out there, mid to upper 50s. That's the start of the morning for your Monday. That's today. Mid to upper 70s as our highs. Overnight low temperatures. Clear throughout the day. Yeah, right, Colorado. That's what you said yesterday. Where did those rain showers come from? It wasn't in the forecast. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Then there's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Clouds rolling into our region. There is those showers. If we got the rain showers yesterday, and it wasn't in the forecast, though it's saying it's happening Thursday, does that mean that we've already moved through the week? Is today Thursday? Here's what's the look you're finding right now behind the weather. People are already on their bikes. The scenery at Vail, beautiful and green on the terrain. The mountain meets the trees, meets the sky, green and blue, and some passing clouds at times. It's beautiful out there. And that experience it while you're out there too. Hydrate, have the right gear, know your ability level, know where you're going, bring chapstick, but don't go kissing things that's probably not prepared for you. Let's check in with Bratzo right now. Bratzo. Wait, what are you smiling at, dude?
How are you,
What's
man?
going
I'm
on?
just laughing.
What?
You know, the kissing frogs is what I know. You
Kissing
know? You hear
frogs? Kissing
me?
frogs.
Kissing frogs is what I knew, but you know, the fish is the fish is a new thing for me. You know,
Okay.
I'm learning.
One
Ken
daughter,
Hobby is
right? You have one daughter, yeah?
I have.
So kissing
That's right, I have
frogs, you
two
might
sons.
hear, may turn into a prince, right? So that's it's a mixed message, dude. The rule things. Don't go kissing
now-
frogs.
Frogs to fish.
People go fishing in the morning where
Well,
you are, right around Nottingham Lake and up a triathlon, Xterra. Go triathlete.
Not heaven, but I know which is the local Joe zine. Be my hero. That's me. What they, the pace and they do, pretty crazy. So we're here at the A park. A lot of things. We have a lady actually really slow, so Scott doesn't give me too much crapola. You see over there, it's a paddleboard fishing. You know, not just fishing. And slow. Behind me is able. If you're and busy, I go in the Charlie, you get some solid rapids. Choose one of those to mellow and come right behind me. You can rent a board, you know, little boats, and have a beautiful family. Some volleyball there is always room for one more. People is really friendly, but I want to also mention something else. You mentioned Araisa, my daughter, one of her ever, which I guess one of my favorites. Now I can say the lines with times I saw it. It's Moana from Motunui, so I knew all that much. You're gonna be showing July 15 and the 16th the Xterra, okay? But if you come in on talk to Josiah, and Josiah class about Xterra here at the park. At 8:15 on Friday, he's showing more at the park. How cool is that? I'm just saying.
It is very cool. Very cool. A lot of features that you can take into when you're getting out in the park. Your plan was to exercise and then kind of catch a good show. And after a good show, sometimes you'll celebrate the performance with a little Bravo. And to learn more about Bravo, mountainous music, let's take a look.
Here we are with Henry Bowen. He is in the back of the Donovan Pavilion, and one of the where they host classic different experience for Bravo Vail goers. Henry, tell us a little bit about Classically Uncorked.
Yeah, so Classically Uncorked is a series that happens at the end of each Bravo season. It's going to be 3 concerts this year, August 2nd through the 4th. And each year it's of juxtapositions between music that we might find and music that we might find familiar. So you have a Beethoven string, you might also have a composer, and an equal place have those comparisons.
Well, and this stands for the Bravos.
Yeah, you know, these concerts are they're a little bit more relaxed. Our artistic director likes to describe them as where we can let our hair down, and is that greater connection with the music, I think.
Yeah, Pavilion, a little bit of a smaller venue, so like more intimate and everything as well. And or what if it's raining or shining?
Exactly. Huge help
for Bravo Vail to bring this kind of experience to the audience.
A closeness to the music, I think, that the series offer in the same. So, grand concerts, orchestras, on a smaller scale like this, offers just to get to know a closer way.
Yeah, yeah. Is it important to you to find different things?
Yeah, I think the series is the by composers. As a classical music festival, ability for works and sort of uplifting these voice composers that are doing the work today in this awesome tradition of music.
I want to get tickets for this.
Yes.
What's the best?
Vail.org and find tickets online. A ticket does wine, so that's nice as well. And yeah, it's round table seating.
Okay, so Donovan Pavilion, it's going to be go to bravovail.org for more information and for tickets.
Can be found while watching Vail Valley, and then you walk away with that knowledge. You get in the day and you're thinking to yourself, I forgot what I heard today on this show. So watch us tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. and we'll repeat all this, give you more information. And until tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. with Vail Valley Live, enjoy kissing fish.
It's summer
in the mountains.
In the mountains.
Summer out, and we're out
living it.
Lots to do,
lots to see.
Every morning.
Every morning.
Every morning. At 7:30.
7:30.
It's Vail Valley Live.
It's Vail Valley Live.
Watch us now.
Watch us now.
Watch us now.